anyone who came to our house, you know, company and so forth, the way the gatehouse was constructed, there was this not very large but very attractive living room with a fireplace in one end and a grand piano, baby grand on this side, a couch here, and then right next to it was the dining room, which was also not very large, but she had portieres across separating the living room from the dining room. And very often, and Mother knew we were there, my sister and I especially, would stand behind those portieres and stare at the guests and listen to everything they had to say, because it was kind of an adventure, you know. So when we knew that Bill was coming, and Mother loved to talk to us about things. She'd say, you know, who the person was coming and what he said and everything. So we were very anxious to see him. And we were standing behind the portieres, and he was quite a person to see. He was very tall, sort of tall and lanky, sort of a typical New Englander, as you would imagine. He had been very athletic and everything, and he sat down, and I always remember that his voice was kind of like Jimmy, the movie actor who, well, now I tell you.
Jimmy Stewart?
Jimmy Stewart, yeah. His voice was kind of like Jimmy Stewart, you know. And he was very interesting, and he had these very long legs, and he would sit on the couch and stretch his legs out and put one foot on top of another as he sat there, and he would sort of make them go back and forth. And after it was over, Mother said to us, well, what did you think of him, kids? And my sister said, that man has the longest feet of anyone I've ever seen. That's what she got out of it. But we found it very interesting. And of course, when Bob and Bill got together, Bill and Bob, whatever you want to say, they were in this little room, so we couldn't hear any of it when we didn't particularly want to. But after that, after they got going and had this little nucleus of people whom they had been able to help stop drinking, then they would bring people into the house. They would bring in these people that needed to be dried out. So my sister and I would sit on the stairs and watch these people being brought in. And as you know, I'm sure, that many people, when they're drunk, they're very amusing. And so they'd bring these people in and they'd say the funniest things. It was really very entertaining, you know. They'd bring these people in and they'd say, oh, I don't know, Henrietta, and, you know, laugh at each other. And, but this happened quite frequently. We got used to it. And then after they had managed to overcome their drinking, their alcoholism, they would come over and they wouldn't be nearly as much fun when they were sober. We noticed. But later on, when they were, you know, relaxed and had really graduated into non-alcoholics, they were funny again. So we were relieved that they hadn't lost their sense of humor. So we had sort of an eye sky view of everything that was happening.